Guys, what's up? So I didn't put my intro in this video because this is a very serious topic, and as much as I like to goof and play around and have fun, I want to be very serious when I'm talking about this, so that's not in there. This is probably your first time seeing me, so don't be afraid to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I post twice a week. I'm always on here. There's something for everybody on my channel, so don't be afraid to go ahead and subscribe. And I'm gonna list my social media down there for you guys, so you guys can add me on social media. I'm on there pretty much daily, so you guys can kind of get into my life. I normally don't do videos like this reacting to things. This isn't my cup of tea normally, but this in particular, I have to say something because it hits home for me, and I take this topic very serious, and personally this hurt me. So as you know by the title, this is about my reaction to Jeffree Star's video called Racism. So Jeffree posted a video this morning talking about racism because I know recently he's had a fight with Jackie Aina on Twitter about his past, and this isn't the first time he said this has come up. On multiple occasions, on multiple channels, this has popped up. Kennedy Sanders has talked about this. I forgot her name, but it's another girl that reviews companies and things like that. That's the first time I actually saw these videos about him. But nonetheless, these videos have been on here for a very long time. Everybody kind of is aware about them. Everybody knows about him. If you haven't seen his racism video, I'm gonna link it down below because I want you guys to watch it before you watch me. Okay, with that being said, I already know that I'm gonna get backlash because of this. Some of you watching this right now are gonna hate me. You guys aren't gonna like me. You guys are gonna talk shit, and I may choose to talk shit back. I may choose to block you, any of those things. I may choose to report you to YouTube so you never can use YouTube again. Whatever I choose, that's my decision, and I'm just letting you know anything you say does not come without repercussion. Jeffree knows that firsthand, obviously. But first, let me say I was a Jeffree Star fucking fanatic and fan. I have multiple of his shit. I have a bunch of his fucking shit. This is like 3 of several of my lipsticks. I actually have a full container of his lipsticks, even more. These ones just didn't fit in there. So this is just a few of his products that I actually have. I supported Jeffree. I grew up in a household where gay men and I grew up in a Christian household. This is not accepted. It wasn't out there. Like, I wasn't raised this way. This was actually my views that changed everything, and I feel a certain way, so I supported him. And I don't give a fuck what anybody had said, I kind of Jeffree Star helped me even explain this shit to my boyfriend, and he kind of got a grasp on it, so he even understands like the makeup and all this shit with boys and things like that. So I was a big Jeffree Star fan at first, and then shit changed. So after I saw that video, I was very hurt. I was very embarrassed. And I'm not talking about his recent video he just posted today. I'm talking about his video that he had already posted, or the videos that he did 10 years ago, as he says, 10 years ago. I was hurt. I was embarrassed. I was shocked. I was sad. But at that moment, I chose not to buy any more Jeffree Star products. I was really sad because his lipstick Celebrity Skin was my favorite lipstick. I loved his highlighter formula. It actually is really nice. I can't do it anymore. I can't support somebody who has reached those levels of racism. Now, I know you guys are already Twitter fingers on the comments, but I'm actually going to talk about some of the things that Jeffree talked about. I watched his video Racism about 3 times before I even did anything, and I took notes on some of the subject matters that he talked about. The first thing, he pretty much mentions that he's feeling very embarrassed. And I really honestly think you should feel embarrassed, but I don't think you feel as embarrassed as I feel embarrassed, if that can make any sense. I fully supported you, and I would look fucking dumb because I'm African American woman and you're making fun of people like me. You have made fun of people like me, And you know, your embarrassment is just because you got caught. So you feel embarrassed because you got caught by the world showing you who you really are, who you have been, your true colors. And you know, there are some things that you just can't erase, and honestly, this is one of those cases. You cannot erase the racist things that you have said about Hispanics, about black people, and him blaming his childhood has anything to do with why he's the way he is, why he has done the things he has. He claims that, well, I don't want to say he claims, he said that he had a bad childhood, he was mentally abused and things like that. And I have had the same issues. I've had the same problems in my life, very similar. My mom died at 16, so I had to take care of myself, and I had my own place at 17, and I dealt with these issues. But I wasn't sitting around making racist jokes at people, wasn't pointing the finger at people. I was very angry, but I wasn't taking my anger out really on anybody. So for the fact that he felt it was okay to take his anger out at the age he was, I kind of find that hard to believe. When you're 18, 17, 19, you know right from wrong. And another thing, Orange County and LA County school systems are very similar. You learn about racism, you watch movies, all kinds of stuff about people saying nigger and things like that. People use that term. Excuse me for using that term, but I'm just using it for the video. People have used those terms derogatory, and you learn what those mean, and you see the intent, you see the hurt. At that age, there's no way you don't know that you're hurting somebody when you say some shit like that. Of course it came with malicious intent. There's no way you did not know that that was not malicious. One thing that pissed me off that ties into this, Jeffree wanted to say, I didn't know who that person was. And then he goes on to explain that person, saying I was depressed. Let me get the exact words. He said I was depressed, and he wanted to make excuses about himself, and saying that he was angry and he was seeking attention. So if you're trying to seek attention, you're doing something on purpose. This isn't like you're doing something on accident. You want attention because you said this. You want attention because you said that. That's like if I come out with my nipples almost showing, taking a picture. I know that I'm showing my body. That's obvious to get the attention. And this is the same shit he's fucking doing. So for the fact that he's saying he didn't know, you knew exactly what you were doing. You just didn't know that it would take you this far and follow you this far. That's what you didn't know. So I want to make that clear. That doesn't make any sense. If you were seeking attention, you know what you're doing when you seek attention. And you're saying that you love shock value, so you wanted to shock people. So you wanted to say something shocking that would shock people. You know what I mean? So it's like, that don't make no sense. You know, you want to say one thing but you're doing another. So that, you know, I just want Jeffree to fucking admit he said this and he had intent. He had the malicious intent. Stop saying that you didn't know what you were doing. At 18, 19 years old and you're living on your own, you knew how to arch those eyebrows. You knew how to make your eyebrows pink. So how the fuck did you not know what you were doing? The fact that you can have that much makeup skill at that age, you knew exactly what you're doing, Jeffree. You're not ignorant. You're not stupid. It's not like you were drunk all the time. You know, there may have been some cases that you were drinking. I don't know if you drank at all, so I don't want to throw out those allegations and say you were drunk because I don't know that. But yeah, some people say some things when you're drunk and things like that, but normally the truth comes out. So, you know, I can see if you were blaming it like, fuck, I drank way too much then and this is that. But I can't say that about you, and you haven't said that, so I'm not going to say that's what you were doing. But to sit here and say that you didn't know what you're doing, but you want to shock value is completely different. You knew that saying nigger would shock people, so you fucking said it. You wanted to hurt people, like you said, because they hurt you, so you said nigger. And you know what? It's hurting your fans. It hurts everybody who fucking supported you. You have hurt people. I'm still fucking hurt from saying that. And I feel fucking embarrassed that I backed you up. I fought for you multiple times from many people. for many people. I fought for you, and now I look stupid because I was fucking supporting you, and this is the shit that you did, and you knew you did it, and you didn't want to say anything to anybody. And I feel like Jeffree thinks because he says I'm sorry, or because he says, you know, I made a mistake, I did it, that it's okay now. It's not okay. Like, after you did this, it is not okay. I feel like he should have acknowledged it first, because if you would have acknowledged it first, then I feel like it could have been okay. But the fact that you didn't acknowledge it, this is not okay. It's never gonna be okay. You really fucked up and you went too far. Sometimes you just can't come back from things. And you're a star, but you're never gonna be the star that you once were, because of the shit that you did and the hurt that you've caused people. Jeffree goes on to talk about bullying and how bullying isn't okay and how we shouldn't bully. I agree with that message. Bullying is not okay. It's never been okay to sit here and bully people. And if you know somebody who's getting bullied, you should stick up for them. You should say something, especially if they're smaller or a child or something, you know, that can't fight back. But with going on to that, bullying and racism are two different things. Completely different things. I'm gonna read you guys the definition of racism. Prejudice, discrimination against someone of a different race based on the belief that one's own race is superior. So you feel that you're better than people because of you. Now bullying is completely different. Bullying is use superior strength or influence to intimidate somebody. Bullying and racism as two different things. If a KKK member decides to hang a black person, that's not fucking bullying. That's racism, Jeffree. So I want to make that clear that that's not the same thing. He'd mentioned that in the video, and I feel like he should have never mentioned bullying at all, because this takes away from the fans. And there's a lot of young people that watch Jeffree, and now they don't know, you know, it's a thin line. And I feel like he avoided the whole topic by talking about himself, by talking about bullying, by talking about his past. This isn't about that. This is about the fans that you've hurt. This is about the people that you've hurt. This is about the bad things that you said and the bad things that nobody else should say. And it should have only been about that topic. The fact that you kept throwing yourself in there and kept talking about you, Jeffree, this isn't about you. This is about what those words mean. This is about how those words hurt. And how those words are still hurting millions of people to this day. Jeffree does also mention that he needs to learn how to process his anger, and you know, he thought it was best to lash out to hurt others. And I agree, Jeffree. You know what? If you're having that much problems and struggle, and this isn't, you know, this isn't even just for Jeffree, this is for anybody who's having anger issues or anger problems, seek professional help. The positive side of this video, I'm happy that Jeffree is telling people the behavior is not okay, but I feel like this behavior is switched around, and it's kind of made people feel like it is okay because of the excuses you're making. It's not okay to be racist towards anybody. If you feel these way, you have these strong views, you should talk to somebody. I'm not telling you your way of life is right. I'm not telling you your way of life is wrong, but you should seek professional help just to talk to somebody about your feelings. Because there, like I said, there's people who care, there's people who give a fuck. I do want to say again, I really appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys listening. If you decide that you want to talk shit to me because I was talking about Jeffree Star, go ahead and comment. Don't be surprised if you get a report from YouTube saying that you can't use YouTube anymore. Or don't be surprised that, you know, I said some mean shit back to you, because that's what I do. I can be a bitch, and I'm currently on LOA right now, so I'm at home 90% of the time, so I have all the time in the world right now. So don't be surprised if you get blocked, all that shit. If Jeffree does end up watching this, Jeffree, I'm sorry that this shit came up, and I know you didn't think it was gonna come up, but I want you to know that you really sincerely hurt a lot of us. This is why Jackie Aina feels the way she does, because she's hurt. We go through a lot accepting ourselves, and it's really hard to accept your skin tone when you grow up in a world that's not accepting of you. And when there's people making jokes and trying to backlash and come back at people and be angry at a majority of people for one thing one person said by using one hurtful word, it's sad and it's really hurtful. And I hope that in the future you are careful of what you say, and I hope that you're done making these fucking videos, because you made this all about you, and this is about a racism. This is about bigger fucking things than just you. So Jeffree, honestly, my advice to you as a psychology major would to be seek professional help, seek a psychiatrist, seek a therapist, seek a psychologist, seek whatever you can to get help. Because watching this video, I can still see that you still have issues, you still have hurt, and it's okay to hurt. It's okay to be upset, but it's not okay to point the finger at anybody else or make excuses for your problem. I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for those who subscribed, like, comment. I will see you guys in the next one. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to do another video talking about this subject because somebody's gonna get pissed off. So I will definitely do that, you know, shortly after this video surfaces. Thanks guys for watching. Bye.